So my interest in the school system is deep. I've seen this school system deteriorate under Dr. House. Dr. Johnson, to me, did a better job, but her leadership added to the deterioration.
Okay.
I've seen people come in here, build their resumes, did not have the commitment to Memphis, our children. They came in and they left. They built their resume. So all of a sudden, there is a vacancy. And I see the board traveling the same course that we traveled before, getting dismal results. So I said to myself, Willie, you've just been reelected as a mayor, but what are you going to do about this? You're just going to allow this travesty to occur again? And that's when I injected my thoughts into the whole search. Look, if you're going to have a nationwide search, have it. But they didn't attract the very best in America.
Why do you think they didn't do that?
Well,
was it the company's fault?
Let me just say this, Bear.
Okay.
I do not. I don't think that they hired a good search firm.
Okay.
What they generated was third tier, not third rate. Let me tell you what I mean by that.
Okay.
Typically, when there is a big city superintendent search, and I've left some articles for you and Bobby O.J. When I was a candidate in New York City, there were 3 finalists. There was a superintendent from Miami, the superintendent from Portland, and the superintendent from Memphis. When I was a finalist in Chicago,
right,
the finalists were all big cities. Are you following me?
I'm following you.
When I was selected in Atlanta, all of the finalists were big city superintendents. So that is first tier. Okay. Second tier is that you would have a superintendent, maybe not of a big city, but of a medium city. Third tier, and this is where the 2 candidates at Memphis narrowed, they're third tier because they weren't even superintendents. They were staff members of superintendents.
Exactly.
So the people that are saying the mayor is denigrating people, I'm calling it like it is. They are third tier. The board selected from what they had left on the table. And let me just say this, too. I want this board removed. I want an appointed board because I think you can get a better quality of a composition of people to serve on the boards. The elected process produced what we have.
Okay.
And what we have, in my judgment, has not been the best that Memphis can offer to set policies for the boys and girls in this community. So I injected myself. And let me say, I heard, and Bobby O.J., my man, I want to let Bobby know that I don't really want to be the superintendent.
You don't?
No. Let me tell you. Bear, let me explain something to you.
Okay, okay.
I don't need the superintendency.
Okay.
I know this is going to sound self-serving. The Memphis superintendency needs me. My background, my experience, my commitment to Memphis. Anybody who goes over there now, this is heavy lifting.
Yes.
The superintendency job is much more difficult than mine as mayor. Remember, I'm the only person in Memphis who sat in both seats. Now, all those haters out there, I want to know what seat have they been in. How did they get to be so knowledgeable? I never read about them being the superintendent and the mayor, but they got all of these damn opinions.
Right.
Okay. But they have no information. So I still see a condition where knowledge of the system, a track record, leadership, that's what's needed in the Memphis superintendent. So I prayed about this. Don't you know that if I'm in my 17th year as a mayor, I'm on my way out. I could ride this thing out as being mayor, okay?
Okay.
Because I got this on automatic pilot. Are you following?
I'm following
being the mayor?
you. Yes.
Now, why do I want to go? And then somebody said that I want to go and make an extra $100,000.
Right.
What is $100,000 for all of the headaches? And what they don't know is I would have to freeze my retirement. I'd have to freeze a lot of things to take this. This is not a net sum gain for me financially. I'm just listening to people talking because they don't know what they're talking. I am currently a retiree from the Tennessee Consolidated. If I went to the superintendency, I have to freeze my retirement.
Okay.
They don't know all my, and that ain't their business.
Right, exactly.
They count my money and what they think I'm going to make.
Okay.
Okay, so it wasn't a financial thing to me. The school system's in trouble. I don't think this board has been politically astute. I think the city council is pretty firm on trying to get accountability, spread out equity on who pays for the school system among city and county residents. And so here I am, just a guy who cares. The superintendent needs me. I don't need the superintendents. And it didn't work out. They've selected a superintendent. And let me just say this. I'm not hating on Dr. Cash, okay? I am a professional. In my day and time, he would not have been a finalist in any search I've been in. Had I been on the search committee, he wouldn't be a finalist today. Now, that's my own professional opinion. I'm not hating on Dr. Cash or the board. When this gentleman comes to town, I'm going to do everything I can to make him successful. Yeah.
Now, Mayor, why do you think that the school board members, and I don't know, maybe you could just say, did not look in-house? Because I'm sure there are some people who work for Memphis City Schools who have PhDs, who were there when you were there, who could have maybe done a job and knows what's going in the school system. Why do they look around here?
Bev, I'm going to be very honest with you. When I left the superintendency, I don't know if you will recall, I advised the Board of Education at that time that they should have a national search. There are some individuals and organizations that are number twos, they're number threes, they're a good operation person, but not everybody is a number one. Now, what I mean by that, the chief executive officer who has a vision, who has a strength of leadership, who has organizational abilities, and can take the heat. Everybody can take the heat. When you are a school superintendent, you are a manager, you are a leader, you're in the media, you got to deal with the politics of education, and then you got to educate kids. I mean, that's the major goal, is to produce a literate population, and we're not doing a good job of that in Memphis today. So, to be honest with you, I think they should have had a national search. The other thing is, in the national marketplace, there's a dearth of good applicants for big city school superintendent. The talent is not out there the way it used to be in the old days. And if you will remember, Bev, I came through a fellowship program. I was a superintendent's fellow in Washington, D.C. I was a fellow in Baltimore before I assumed the superintendency. Yeah, they don't have those kinds of programs now. So really, there's no one here, quite frankly, that I could tap, that I would have the confidence could do the job. And maybe I'm being excessively critical because I've been there. I know what it takes to do that job. And and I hope people will bear with me on that. I'm just a guy, I've been in both places. I know the pressures of the job. I know what the requirements are. And I want to make it emphatically clear, I'm not an applicant. And let me tell you, Bear, why I did not submit an application. I've left an article for you and Barbie to read. One was when I was a candidate in Chicago and the finalists. Well, they were going to select me in Chicago, but the three finalists were all big city finalists. If Koch had won the mayoral race, I was the chancellor, his selection for New York, the biggest school system in America. Now, do you think New York, Chicago, and Atlanta would select a Memphis superintendent if I was not the best or among the best? We didn't have that kind of competition here in Memphis. So if I'm critical, bear with me. I've been in the ring with the best. I want the best for Memphis. I don't want third tier for Memphis. Now, don't hate on me for that. I love these kids. I love the school system. I want the best, and it is my contention that we didn't get the best.